Hari Om all. Today we are going to discuss about the talk 23. You are already enlightened is the topic of the day. Let us take the blessings of Guruji and let us start the prayer, opening prayer. Guru Brahma, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Akhanda Mandal Characharam Tattvadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sadashiva Samarambha Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryanta Narayana Samarambha Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryanta Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sadguru Devaya Namaha. Hari Om Sudhaji.
Hari Om Kanti ji. Sorry, I just joined. In 2 minutes, I'll just switch on the video. Just 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can start the class. I'm in the call.
Work was gone, so that's why I was checking out. Okay. The first question can be for Jai Shri ji. What is the nature of self-realization? Jai Shri ji?
ಇದು ನೆಟ್ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ದು.
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ?
ಅರ್ಧ ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
ವಾಟ್
ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಅಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿದೆಯಾ?
ಭಾರತೀಜಿ, can you hear me?
ಮೇಡಮ್
Is there any break in my voice?
ಇಲ್ಲ
ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೋದ್ರೆ?
ಈಗ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಾಯ್ಸ್.
ಅದೇ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನೋ ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ. Okay, Bhartiji, you can answer. Hari Om, Vaishnavi ji.
Hey ma'am, sorry, just reached home. I didn't want to keep breaking in between.
Okay.
Yeah, Hari Om Kanti ji, I'm in the call now.
Bhartiji, are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. But voice getting back.
Self-realization. What is it?
As Prabhuji said, it is not getting. It is in order to get something we have to put effort, but it is not like that. It is our own self that we have to pay attention.
Correct.
That's it.
Jai Shri ji, if you can hear. What is the nature of self-realization? Vaishnavi answer this question.
Ma'am, self-realization is something that is not born out of any physical effort. It is and it is not directly proportional to the the physical effort that anyone puts in order to achieve a goal. It is just a moment of realization, and that inward journey, that you've reached a point, and that itself will make you realize that absolute truth. And just that point of reach is all that takes.
So that means to say, point?
Ma'am, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, Kantiji, we are not able to hear your full sentence. At least I'm not able to hear your full sentence. It's getting cut.
Maybe I will just shift to another room. By that time, I just asked Vaishnavi that now are you able to hear?
I'm able to hear you.
How about the others? Vaishnavi, are you hearing me?
Ma'am, please repeat, ma'am. Some network.
No, I just wanted to get to know whether you're able to hear me or not. Because
Now, ma'am, not until now.
oh, okay. Okay. I just asked you whether you have to take a vehicle to reach the destination or inward journey, you said. So how
Yes,
do
ma'am.
you go with that inward journey?
Ma'am, with the help of a guru, with the help of an innate desire to know, and constant perseverance. I mean, this control of the mind and the senses, and everything that has been proposed, that must be applied every day. It is a daily journey, and of course, with the help of and the guidance of a guru, that internal effort.
So where will you reach?
You realize that you are nothing but the absolute truth, and that realization itself, that the moment of realization itself is the goal.
So what is realization?
To understand that you are nothing but it is the absolute truth that is within you. That there is nothing else. Everything else is make believe. That is the only thing that matters, and that's the only thing that is the true self.
So let me say that we might call it as journey, or it can be Sadguru's blessing, everything said and done. Yet, self-realization nature is our nature. As you said at the end, it's our nature, and that must be discovered or experienced, and it's not even experienced, be aware of. So that is what is the nature of self-realization, and it is already there. You need not have to get it. So that is something that is really what we need to understand. So if we don't have, we buy it or we get it from somebody. But when we have it, to identify it is what is necessary. Then maybe we finding that outside. All of us know that it is not outside, but still it is already existing. But there is something that is covering it, which must be understood. So that must be taken notice of. So now my voice is without break, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Sudhaji, how does objects influence us?
So, like Prabhuji said, in that Satchit Ananda, the third component, which is Ananda, bliss. But when it comes to Chidabhasa, it converts into happiness. And we are always looking for happiness because there is I-ness in us. We know we exist. And the next thing is we want to be happy. And we believe that this happiness, actually it is a search for bliss. But because we are identified with the Chidabhasa, we will be searching for happiness and thinking that some external objects can give it to us. These objects can be anything like possessions, or they can be achievements, accomplishments, or they can be wealth or fame or family or loved ones. It doesn't matter. For everyone, it is a different object. But in the end, we always believe that it is these things that will give us happiness. We never remember that to be blissful is our intrinsic nature.
Which are the other two objects which we don't consider it to be object? You said wealth, the loved ones, all those you said. But that is, okay, I will be telling the answer if I tell you that.
Okay.
So what is something that we tend to forget that those are objects from the perspective of the self or the Atma?
Is it our body you're talking about? Our body and our mind are also objects.
Yes.
That is the reason, because you identify with the Chidabhasa, which is your mind, body, and intellect complex. These three look for happiness from all these different objects outside of them. But from the Atma perspective, even these are objects.
That is something we will have to reach in our understanding, because object means we forget ourselves, the body and the mind, and then we go to the outer world itself. So any object or the people, everything is outside us. We think those are objects and we are subject. But actually what we'll have to understand coming to Vedanta is that the mind and the body are the objects for the Atma. So the Atma is looking to from a different perspective, but we think that I am body, I am mind, I am intellect. Nanu nanembudu nanalla. I am not I. That is, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. So, ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಶಿವನಾನೇ ಶಿವೋಹಂ. So that means to say that object is different, subject is different, but we consider the outer worldly objects are objects, and I am the subject. The whole mind-body complex is subject. But actually, another step we'll have to go inside, understanding that the Atma, the consciousness or the self is the subject, and the mind and the body and the intellect maybe we may not understand. So let us, we use our mind and we use our body. So from the perspective of the self, the Atma, we are objects. The mind and the intellect and the body are the objects. So we'll have to reach to that level. Okay. So now, Jayashree ji, what are all the two types of knowledge? Are you able to hear and your network is okay, Jayashree ji? Maybe her network is not okay. Bharatish ji, can you please answer this?
First, getting the knowledge regarding any object or anything. First, getting the knowledge, then putting action and experiencing.
Knowledge, action, and experience. Correct.
And second one is through knowledge we realize. Means we already being that or being in that self or experiencing that. But when we get that knowledge, we realize.
So Guruji has explained with example. If you can tell that, it will be great. Himalayan visit and Nepal Palace.
The person who has visited the Himalayan is going to explain that this is how the cold will be like that. We can feel that cold. This is how a mountain hill will be. And he will explain that with that knowledge, we put a plan to visit that place. And when we visit, we'll going to experience that. Here, we get the knowledge, how the Himalaya will be, and then we'll go there, we will perform the actions, and then we experience. And another example Prabhuji has given, that a person is looking the Nepal palace in the map or in a photo, and he's been searching of that palace or looking that, but he is in that place only. Once he realized that for that he want knowledge to get, in order to get that place itself which I am looking for. I have been in that place only. For that, it will that was the example given by the Prabhuji.
Good. Correct. Jayashree ji, are you there? Because she was the one who joined first. Okay. Vaishnavi ji, with the example of Nepal palace, how can we relate it to ourselves? Vaishnavi ji.
And that certain things have to be experienced by ourselves. And there's a first-hand experience. And self-realization is also the same logic.
So knowledge, action, and experience, is it?
Yes, ma'am. All of this, because if you have been practicing the procedures, then it would mean that you are experiencing all this every day. And then the knowledge that you attain from the Guru, all of this together lead there.
Basically, Guruji has told two types of knowledge. That is, one set of knowledge is the knowledge, action, and experience. The second one is Atmagnana. So we stand at knowledge, action, experience, because we are at that level wherein we get the knowledge from Guruji and we apply it and we experience that. Maybe the turmoil in the mind reduces, so we experience that. So like how the Himalayan example has been given. So when I go there only can I experience how the beauty of the nature is, or the chillness, everything I can. When somebody else tells me that it is very cold, I can just assume that how cold it is. But I don't experience it personally. So that is one category. The second category is Atmagnana is not that. it is not that I feel like experience, or time has come when I can experience and then I experience. No, it's already there. The bliss, the ananda is already there. Only thing is I am not recognizing it. So that is what is Gnana. Atma Gnana is pointing to it, and we are already in that. So that is the two difference between the types of knowledge that Guruji explains with respect to this particular talk. Jayashree ji, you had switched on your video. Jayashree ji, are you there?
Hello. Can you hear me, madam? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. How does Vedanta help us? What is it that Vedanta does to in this process? How does Vedanta help?
It helps us to find, to get the real happiness that the soul wants, and through Atma Gnana.
You're telling it correctly.
Madam, are you hearing me?
Yes, yes.
ನಂದು ಕಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಪ್ಪ, ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಏನು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು
ಇವಾಗ ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಅದೇ ಮಧ್ಯ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಫೋನ್ ಇಸ್ ಇದು ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಫೋನ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿಟೆಡ್. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಅದೇ
ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ.
ಅದೇ Atma Gnana, to realize self-realization, we need Atma Gnana, and that we get through Vedanta. Vedanta helps us to realize it, madam.
Correct, ma'am.
One Prabhuji has given one example, like mistaking a rope for a snake. After realizing it is a rope, that confusion will be removed. And in the same way, after realizing that we are the Brahman, we reach to get that bliss, madam.
Yes, yes. Correct, ma'am. Correctly said. Vaishnavi ji, how sure are you that you will be self-realized?
Ma'am, we have to be quite confident no matter what. This process of self-realization is also very conscious in the fact that you have to be mindful of how you think, and how to get back to a level of equilibrium after every disturbance in your mind and body. So that way, of course, it is challenging, but it is definitely, I'm confident that I will.
Oh, okay. From your current perspective, you're talking about that. But from the talk perspective and from the Vedanta perspective, how sure are you that you will be self-realized?
Yes, ma'am. It is quite confident that anybody in this path will be self-realized.
When?
Yes, ma'am, when they follow the procedures and they understand that the guru direction is quite important, and the constant pursuit is required.
Okay. What do you say, Bhartish ji, about this question? How sure are you that you will be self-realized?
Ma'am, it is about how much we are recognizing ourselves with the source. That much we are realized. Means if you are not realized, means I am Sachidananda, that I am that bliss. And if I am not able to recognize that, if I am not able to identify or aware of it, then that much, to the extent we are not away from the realization. That moment we are extent to we are observing, moving towards inwards, and to the extent we are aware of myself, that much we are realized. That extent we are realized.
Jai Shri ji, same question.
Yes,
how sure are you that you will be self-realized?
At present, I am not very sure, madam, but I have the confidence that I will reach my goal.
Yes, Jai Shri ji.
Yes, with the help of course, this Vedanta, Atmagnana.
Sudhaji.
Actually, personally, none of us will be very sure when we got realized. So they gave the prompt answer. But we all hope to be God realized or self-realized. But then, as Prabhuji has clarified very clearly in the talk, what he's saying is that, and even as Bhartish ji said, it is only a question of turning the flashlight. We are always turning it outside of us onto all the objects around us, and also we feel that we are the body and the mind, and this is the I, and this is the subject. But if with the help of the Guru and the Vedantic teachings, Prabhuji said that, if you do some sadhana, you will get bliss. That is not true. You are already the blissful self. You are already the blissful I-ness. And all Vedantic teaching and the Guru's grace is all to just make you aware of that self in you. So it is only a question of turning the flashlight inwards. So, and knowing that in fact you are the source. That is all. The only thing here, and when we'll get God realized is of course open to question. Self-realized, that is the word being used here, self-realized.
Yes. So this is a tricky question. This was twisted basically just to maybe just like that. We are already realized.
Confuse us.
Yes, basically.
Yes.
We are already self-realized is the answer for this question. Yes, all the other things are very true. We are somewhere and we have to go. There is a journey, and because Shramadama, Titiksha, Uparti, all those has to happen within us. Yes, but still, we will have to understand that ultimate thing, that it is not something that we are achieving by doing something, but we are removing something which are the obstacles, and we are that. Only thing is, I am not. That is where my clarity of mind comes. It can happen at this moment also, not somewhere after 10 years of doing all this Vedanta studies. But this moment, I can drop my ego and connection with the body and the mind. That moment, I can be self-realized. That being self-realized means I am understanding my true nature. That is already there, which has been covered by a big, thick veil, layers of veils. So that if it has been clear, then we are identifying with that. That's all is what is what should happen. Even now, during our sleep, we are not ourselves. That is, we are not I. When we sleep, we don't know who we are. We don't know what body this is, what mind this is. But still, we know who we are existing. Do you exist? Are you conscious?
Yes.
Yes. So these things during sleep we can know that, because the next after we wake up we recognize that we were sleeping and we got up, but the mind was not working. But it works only with the dream, if at all we get. If we don't get, even that is not there. It is deep sleep. So you're happy during that time. You're happy or unhappy, nothing is known in your deep sleep. So it is just recognizing what is already there within us. That is what is, how sure are you that you will be self-realized? That question was asked just to get the answer that we are already realized. Only thing is, we are not understanding because we stay with our ego. That is something that clarity has to come within us, because we must understand that, or we must stay in the concept at least, and the concept level at least, that I am self-realized already, though not experiencing it, but at least at the conceptual level, I must know that I am nothing but the Atma, the Brahman. So when I understand, when I have that concept in my mind, then I can go ahead removing the neti can be done, and then who I am can be got, arrived at, or discovered. Okay. So this is a simply twisted question which did not have the direct answer. Any answer is, it is an open-ended question. Any answer is correct. But still, this is what I wanted. You are already self-realized was the answer, and most of you said that. So what is the purpose of Vedanta? Vaishnavi-ji.
Ma'am, the purpose of Vedanta is like a guiding light, and it is one that helps us. It is like a mirror. It shows that it is we are already are we are we've already reached where we want to reach, and it is only that realization that remains. And it also gives you a certain set of guidelines. You cannot reach there somehow, but there are certain prescribed norms that will need to be followed, because that is there's certain discipline that is required. This Vedanta is itself a framework into which we must align ourselves, and in that process.
So without following that, will there be a lack of, or will you not be self-realized at all?
Ma'am, I don't know if there is another way in which you can actually reach there.
So what is the way that you think it is?
What, ma'am?
What is the way
Ma'am,
that what is the way that you kept, you told that you have a framework and the way that you need to go
ma'am,
in that path?
yes, ma'am. All of these are we are in the process of achieving purusharthas. There is a certain dharma that we need to follow, and we cannot stray away from all this and expect to be self-realized. Um, it is while doing these duties and also through these duties that you get to realize yourself.
So you're talking from which I?
The small I, ma'am.
So can we think of being in the big eye and speak?
then I have already realized.
Ah, you're
Again, trick
already
question
realized
you're
is what
asking.
we must assume now.
Yeah. Today is full of trick questions.
Long gap is also tricky. Actually, we lose that contact with that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm. The basic thing is that we are self-realized is something that must be really rooted in us, and it must be very strong in us. From there, we will have to start working, because the concept says that we are self-realized. So I stay somewhere else. I stay in my small I. So I usually talk from the small I. So that is why in the starting also, object means outer world. Object means I must think it as mind. The small I is the object. The mind and the body is the object. The small I, ego, is the object. So subject is the self. So we forget to stand from the capital I, the self, the consciousness, the Atma, and think or see the world. So the world there will be the body and the mind. Then comes the outer world from Atma level, from the self level. So the small I, capital I, we should forget the outside and go within. There are two I's there, small I and the capital I. So where we are standing, capital I, we should assume that we are standing working from capital I. Then there will be, we can understand that we are already self-realized. Otherwise, that is somewhere and I am somewhere. So I'll have to reach there. That is a physical time period we are giving to ourselves. So this is like, I'm already self-realized. It is, I'm thinking that the rope and the snake. So I know I am self-realized theoretically, but see, I see the snake, but then I come to know that it is a rope, and I get frightened. I just run. I do all those actions, and I experience that fear, everything. But later on, I come to know that the moment that understanding comes to me, I know that it is a rope. The moment I understand that I am Atma, then there is something, I need not have to go anywhere. That understanding is the journey. Understanding with clarity who I am is the journey. It's not that I'll have to work for something, I'll have to do shama, dama, titiksha. No, that can be at the spur of the moment, wherein I completely understand who I am. I need not have to work from the small I. I am the small capital I. I am Brahman. I am the self. So that is the journey. The journey is not that I'll have to do maybe the meditation, I'll have to do the pranayama, I'll have to do all shamadama, titiksha, everything. Yes, of course, all those are necessary to reach this or to be aware or to understand these. But the concept at the theoretical level, I am self-realized. Everything works from I itself, capital I. That must be assumed, and then at least in this class, at least we will have to speak from that. It will be really difficult to be like this in our practical world. But in the class, we will have to assume that we are the self, and if at all we keep talking in that way, there is something that happens internally also. Okay, another tricky question. I don't know why all these are. Yesterday I didn't have anything, I think. Okay, if we are self-realized, can we lose that gnana or experience that we are having now? Who will answer? Bhartish ji. If we are self-realized, can we lose that gnana or experience of the outer world or whatever experience that we have? Bhartish ji. Jayashree ji, you can only answer. if we are self-realized, do we lose the gnana or experience? Yes or no, it can be answered. Jayashriji?
Yes, madam.
If we are self-realized,
Hello.
if we are self-realized, if we become self-realized, do we lose the gnana, experience and all that? You are muted, Jayashriji.
Hello. Okay. Madam, can you please repeat the question?
If we are self-realized, imagine that you are self-realized. Do you lose all this outer-worldly concept, the experience that you are having now, and the gnana that you have got? Will you lose all those? Will you continue to have the gnana and experience, or will you lose all those? Or how different will it be?
Hello.
ಹೇಳಿ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
Hello.
ಹಲೋ.
ನಂದು ಬ್ಲೂಟೂತ್ ಏನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ತೆಗೆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Now I can hear you clearly, madam.
Shall I repeat the question once more?
Yes, madam, if you don't mind. Sorry.
Say, imagine that you are self-realized already.
Okay.
Okay. Do you lose the gnana, the experience of everyday routine, or how will it be? She is frozen. I think there is some network problem.
ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಅದೇ ನಿಮ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ದು ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಅದೇ ಅರ್ಧ ಅರ್ಧ ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನನ್ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ.
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇವತ್ತು.
ಓಕೆ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಭಾರತೀಶ್ ಜಿ, would you like to answer? Vaishnavi ji?
Ma'am, I think then after that point, everything else becomes irrelevant.
So, will you lose the gnana or the experience?
Even dhyana will become, it will become insignificant, because then there is only that realization that you need, which you have already. Don't think anything else will exist.
Then how will you be working? Normal life.
I don't know, ma'am, how it feels.
Okay. Imagine that we know Guruji is self-realized. How is he working?
Ma'am, he's always, there is equanimity in everything that he does, and I have never seen where he has become disturbed. And there is always a lot of enthusiasm and energy. So nothing affects, nothing, any kind of audience, any kind of question, any number of repetitions or any kind of cross questions. I have never seen him become irritated, or he never fails to answer. In fact, he answers the way that the question is framed, and to the level of the questioner. So I think that way there is a lot of positivity, and there is only pure knowledge and the true feelings There is no pretense. So I feel that I think that is a state I have not seen other people in. So I think that makes him stand out.
So if we are self-realized, we don't lose gnana or experience. We are in that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you just mentioned knowledge. What is the difference between knowledge and wisdom?
Ma'am, knowledge is something that comes out of processing of information and data. And after satata adhyayana and a lot of manana and nidhidhyasana, you convert information into wisdom, knowledge, which is also the added experience. And the fact that your mind has worked on it and a lot of thought process has gone into it.
What is wisdom then?
Wisdom is the absolute truth, ma'am. There is nothing that changes that truth. It is there before.
Does Guruji have knowledge or wisdom?
Ma'am, in my opinion, it is wisdom only.
So knowledge is something that is acquired. Wisdom is realization.
Realized.
So that is the difference. Okay. Bharatish ji, are you there? No, it's not there. Okay. Sudhaji, example of beggar. How do you explain that, and how can we understand from the example of a beggar that Guruji has talked in this video?
So actually the example of the beggar applies to every one of us. So finally, that is what Prabhuji said, that we all become beggars for happiness. That beggar will be begging for small change, but in reality, we are also beggars begging for happiness from all the objects around us. And even from this mind and body and intellect framework, we will be looking for happiness only. So he gives the example of where there is a beggar begging every day for small change with which he would buy his food and just sit in the same place and carry on his life. And when he died and they were looking to bury him and they dug the hole where he's sitting, they realized that there was a big treasure underneath in that pit. So this is typically the case. It's highlighted very well that we are the self, because the self is beyond space and time. It has no form, it has no name, it has no virtues, it has no vices, it has no attachments, it has no what you say, raga, dvesha. Nothing is there for the I-ness. And in such a state, if we really visualize it, when we are in deep sleep, it is that I-ness that prevails, where there is no name, no form, no pain, no gain, nothing. Everything has settled down and there's just the I-ness. In that I-ness, the bliss that we feel, that is why we love sleeping, because you experience that pure state of I-ness only in your deep sleep state. So if you can really attain that state, then what matches to the bliss that you experience in that I-ness? No object in this world can give you a happiness that will come anywhere close to that bliss. But we don't know that. We are like the beggar who's asking for that 1 rupee and 2 rupees when we are actually sitting on a treasure, because we are that very bliss. Self means bliss. Not knowing that, we are looking for happiness outside. So that is what Prabhuji has explained in that example.
So this we must always remember. See, we tend to forget. That is something we don't know. Only this Vedanta is telling us, and we are getting the knowledge, that understanding that we are the self, we are the happiness, And if at all, imagine if you have not slept for a few days, how agitated will you be? You are given 12 hours of 14 hours of working and 8 hours of sleep, 8 or 6 or whatever may be the duration. So that much of sleep is needed. Why? Because we connect ourselves to the self. The mind is not active, but all the organs work. Passively it does, actively it does, but we will not even know how it is working. The blood is moving, the movement of the blood is there, the flow of the blood is there, the pumping of the heart is there, the lungs breathe through the nose and all the organs. The digestion happens when we are sleeping.
Yeah.
So all these happen, but still the mind is not active and we are asleep. That gives us a lot of energy to when we wake up. So the mind has to be stilled for us to be nearing to the realized self, the capital I. So it is the obstacle is the mind. Obstacle is the ego. So mind is nothing but associating each and everything with I, the small I. So that is the problem. So well-defined problem is half solved. So the definition of the problem or how the problem is existing, if we understand that, we can go nearer to the solution. So that is what is being done by Guruji. And this Vedanta helps us to understand that. So we are beggars. We beg for happiness in each and every thing that we are transacting in the world. I want something, I get happiness. Why do I want something? For happiness sake. But I am happiness is not known. So that is what is to be known. So for that, our mind has to be stilled. So mind is nothing but every thought is associated with I, the small I, the ego. So when that is dropped, you're closer to that happiness. We are happy inside and we don't seek happiness from outside. So that is what is this talk about. This was the last concept that was explained by Guruji in this talk. And one suggestion actually Bhartish ji had called yesterday and told, can we have it each week, he said. Maybe that would be difficult for me itself. So we will have it for 2 days, like how we have all this while. But only thing is, what I felt is he is telling that we are losing the connection. We would need it every moment of our living. This is more important than our work and everything. We must work with the background of this. But we are, maybe there will be a disconnect of 15 days, which maybe he needs it more. So maybe if at all everybody agrees, what I will do is I'll put one small poll or something, maybe Google form or something. One maybe multiple option, one click of that particular correct answer, so that you can get within yourself. You can go deeper within yourself. Inward journey can happen by just posting one question per day or maybe 2 days once. Okay, so that there will be a continuity and we will have the class for 15 days itself, 50 days once. Then that continuity will be there with some questions that can trigger where I am. Am I working from the capital I or I'm working from the ego I? So that can happen only when such questions are raised in us. So to make us remember all those, a small question will be put so that you can answer. You will be given different answers. Select the correct answer. Whichever you choose is correct. It's not that somebody has chosen something, I must also choose that. That may be the correct answer. No. It is that you
so
must...
much work for you, Kantiji, to post a question every 2 days once from the talk. Will be a lot of work for you.
Not only from the talk, in general also, let me put it, so that we can improve from our emotion and our mind. We must come out of our mind. Maybe we will try. If not, okay. Some days if it is not possible, I will not post it also. Yeah. Let us have the flexibility in that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I thought. We will do that. Maybe that will be helpful. To connect between the classes, this is something that will have, that will be a bridge. Because to go with the talk, it will be a little difficult because I'll have to stick on to that only. Class, we will stick on to that only, but based on all these only. Finally, how we go with self-realization, how we take that path of understanding ourselves is more important. So we will just try to do that and see how it works. Hope it's okay to all of you. Vaishnavi ji? The inspiration comes to me to put the questions only if there are answers that I see. Otherwise, that will be reduced.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us end with the prayer. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuduchate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ನಾನು ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಸಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವ ನಾನು ನಾನೇ, ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ. ಆತ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮದರ್ಶನಂ ಸತ್ಯದರ್ಶನಂ. ಅಂತರ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಬಹಿರ್ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಪರಾತ್ಪರಾ. ಜ್ಯೋತಿರೇವ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಶಿವೋಸ್ಮ್ಯಹಂ. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಲೋಕಾಃ ಸಮಸ್ತಾಃ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು. ಹರಿಃ ಓಂ ತತ್ಸತ್. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿಃ ಓಂ. Okay, maybe we missed the last class, and today we have done
Yes, yes.
class.